so are you gonna say sorry? She was like, say sorry for what? Yeah.
I'm like, no, do you love me? Say it with the I.
I feel like my order would be FaceTime, phone, and then text.
Never. Oh, they would never get it from me.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Donor 101 Podcast, a podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. Of course, I am your girl, Mya G, and I'm here with Victoria. Hello. Hello. But yeah, today we're just having a conversation because I had called her the other day and I was like, you know what? Like, why don't our parents say, like, sorry? Like, what the freak is that about? Me and my mom, we didn't have, like, an argument or anything. We were talking about something, and she needed, like, her hairbrush. And she was like, Mya, I know you had it last. And I'm like, girl, I don't have it. Like, I don't have your hairbrush. She was like, didn't you have it on such and such day? I'm like, yeah, but I gave it back to you. I literally remember handing it to you in your hand, and, like, you had it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm like, Mom, it's probably in your room somewhere. She go upstairs, and she go looking for it. And she got quiet. And I was like, did you find it? She was like, yeah, it was on my dresser. And I was like, so are you going to say sorry? She was like, say sorry for what? And I'm like, you just accused me of something that I did not do, and you're not going to apologize? And she's like, she literally didn't even, like, the words couldn't even, like, come out of her mouth. She was just like, she was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the freak? Like, what is that about?
Yo, my mom literally has this thing where she's like, oh, like, mom is always right. Like, she has this thing, and then, like, we watched, like, the movie Tangled. And you know how, like, they have the song Mother Knows Best?
Yeah.
She went crazy over that song, because she's like, yup, she know what it is. She know what it is. Yup, Mother Knows Best.
I'm crying.
And every time, like, we get into, like, a disagreement or, like, whatever, she'd be like, remember that movie? Mother Knows Best.
No.
And I'm like, girl.
Literally, my mom is one of those people where, like, every time I talk to her, like, I'll call her about certain things, like, and I'll be like, you will not believe, like, today, you will not believe what just happened. And she's like, no, it's probably not even like that. I'm like, girl, I'm telling you, like, she's definitely my best friend. Like, when I tell her, I'm like, girl, no, like, this is it. And she's like, Mya, no, it's not. I just feel like, even my dad, I remember once, bro, listen, my dad beat me for the first time ever once. And once again, my mother's fault. Because she told him, she was like, you need to beat her. She needs to put... And when I was younger, I had a little smart mouth or whatever. It was there for sure. But she was like, my dad was like, he didn't want to hit me, obviously. And I was like, talking back or whatever. And she was like on the phone. She was like, you need to beat her. And my dad beat me. And man, when I tell you, I was sitting there like, this man just put his hands on me. Like, I was literally in such a shock. And then my dad came over and he was like, do you want cookies? No, I don't. So it's interesting to see, like, the different, like, dynamics of, like, our parents. And then, like, even my brother, like, when he starts having kids or, like, I start having kids, like, I would want to apologize. Like, if I, like, wrongly accuse him of something, like, I want to be able to apologize. Like, I don't know what it is. Because sometimes I do struggle with that. Like, I might, like, say something like, I won't say sorry, I'll say my bad. And people are like, no, say sorry. I'm like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
But supposedly, if y'all feel like my bad or I'm sorry, do y'all think it's the same? In my opinion, I do. I think I'm sorry. And
my bad.
Yeah. Like, my bad. Like,
I feel like my bad is, like, careless. Like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I don't know. But then that goes into, like, what's really, like, an apology.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't take sorry as an apology.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just, like, I just feel like sorry is just, like, oh, sorry. Like, I'd rather you be like, sorry, I did this.
Yeah.
And I apologize for it, rather than it's like, yeah, I did that, sorry. There's a big difference between sorry and an apology. So
I'm sorry. So if I was, but what if I'm like, I'm sorry that I did da-da-da-da?
Then that's an apology.
Okay. And then
but
if I'm just like,
But if, like, let's say you do something to me and then you're just like, oh, sorry that I did that.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Do
you know why you're sorry? Like,
yeah. Okay, no, I can
that's
give
like
that.
Even like as a kid and stuff, like the kid is always like, oh, you can't just say I'm sorry. You're sorry for what?
Yeah, sorry that I stepped on your foot, or like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like as we get old, like not as we get older, like I be wanting to apologize, but I'm a very stubborn person also. So like I like really have to think I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I really gotta think I'm wrong.
I used to have a big problem with
saying
pride.
Sorry. Yeah,
I had a lot of pride, and I would not say sorry.
And be like, I wouldn't say like I said, I wouldn't say sorry. I'd be like, oh, like my bad. That you know what definitely irks me is when people are like I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. Like I don't know that it's like if you took it that way, that's kind of like that's when I hear that I get so triggered.
I've said that before.
I do too. Gonna lie. But it's like
because it's like if I don't have the intentions of like hurting your feelings and you felt away, it's like, oh, sorry, I made you feel that way, but I didn't mean to make you feel. Wait, hold on. We're gonna backtrack and cut that out. Hold on. It's like if you felt that way, then I'm sorry, I made you feel that way, but I didn't mean to make you feel that way.
Yeah, but I think it's the way you said it. Like, imagine if somebody's like I'm sorry if I made you feel that way, like that, rather than like kind of explaining it, like you said, like an apology, like I'm sorry that I don't know that word if it's like if I made you feel that way, like no, it's not if you did, like I'm literally telling you that you did. Yeah. But it's like but I didn't mean to, and I feel like that's where like arguments start. Okay. It's like no, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not trying to tell you like that your feelings are not valid. It's just that word if for me, man, like it grinds my gears. Like don't say if, just be like. But I really don't have another way to say it, because if I was apologizing and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I guess I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Yeah. But that wasn't my intentions. Like that's say it like that. Okay. Say it like that. Mm-hmm. Like that just. But when you say like if. Yeah. No, you did. Right. Okay. You hurt my feelings.
Okay, I get that.
Like that's kind of where I draw the line, because it's like no, like if it's like you not acknowledging that you understand where I'm coming from. If it's like if you felt the way, then that's how you felt, rather than you just saying like, oh, I didn't mean to. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that it came off that way. Okay. Not if it came off that way. Yeah. That it came off that way. Okay. That's like and some people don't like this, but like people think that like I love you and love you mean two different things.
Do you feel that way?
I used to feel like I love you and love you were like.
It depends on who it's from.
See, like I tell my mom,
like if it was from like, let's say like a boyfriend, right? And let's say you guys like, I don't know, are in a rough patch or like whatever, like, and he's just like, love you. Yeah. I'm like, no, do you love me? Say it with the I.
I love you. Like, no, I see that. Because even like with my family, I'm like, love you. Like,
yeah, but like that's normal.
Yeah, like sometimes I say like I love you if I'm like really hype, I guess. But like I do see that in like a relationship where it's like if you're mad.
Or like if you're saying it for the first time and it's like, love you.
Yeah, like really fast.
Oh, like, okay.
Like, I don't know, like that saying, I don't know, I love you, I feel like just has like more of like a from the chest rather than like, oh, like
it depends on like the context of the situation. And
like stuff. Even my friends, I'm like when we hang out, I'd be like, be safe, love ya. Like,
yeah, like if it's just like that, oh, okay.
Rather than like,
or like if it's like a serious talk.
Yeah, like I just want you to know that I love you. Like, I don't know, it just sounds so.
Oh my god!
It sounds really different.
So cringy.
Like I don't know why, but it just sounds so like love you and I love you just sounds so different. And yeah, it depends on the context. But I feel like when you think of it from a relationship standpoint, it's like, are you saying love you because you're mad at me? Why you didn't say I love you? Especially when they say I love you first. They've been saying I love you, I love you, I love you, and then this one time you want to switch up and say love you. Yeah, that's when you're like, why didn't you put the I in front of it? Like, right? I don't understand, but. Even, like, with my parents, I don't know. I love you was just never, like, a thing. Like, it was just, like, love you, like, see you later. Like, it wasn't, I don't know.
Yeah, I never had that with my parents. It's kind of like, we know we love each other.
Yeah, like, and it's crazy because people still, like, you should still, like, do it. But it's just a conscious, like, thing that it's just, like, no, like, they know I love them. But, like, not realizing that some people actually do need to hear it. Yeah. And I am one of those people. I'm definitely one of those people.
I want to bring up something, but like, I don't know how people feel about it. But like, you ever like, all right, we're going to talk about like relationship wise. Okay. Okay. So like, let's say like you hit up like your significant other, right?
Okay.
Do you feel like there's a difference between like good morning? How do you feel about like, let's say it's like,
oh my God.
What do you feel about when it's like good morning
and morning,
and then GM?
Okay, I don't like GM.
Yes.
That's one thing I feel like you put no effort into that text message.
Right. So let's say like every day your partner's sending you like good morning text, right? It's like good morning with a heart, all that. And then one day he sends like GM.
You're upset. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Like, something's wrong.
Right.
Like, and my first instinct is, what did I do? Are you mad? And sometimes it'll be like, no, I'm not mad. Like, I just didn't have time to text. So why the fuck did you text me? See, like, and oh my God. No, I really don't like GM or GN. GM or GN, like GN. Spell it. Good night. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's no effort in that.
Me too.
Like,
I feel like you're mad at me.
Yeah, like it
like
comes
you send
off.
me a good morning text every day with a heart, and then the one day you send it with a GM.
Yeah,
like
that's why I'm like, I feel like people don't realize that. Like, I think that's one thing about relationships too. Like, and I feel like that's in general, with like people understanding that when you do something consistently and then you change, it's an automatic like, oh my God, what did I? It's automatic like not red flag, but like you're thinking about 20 different million things that you could have done wrong.
You know what's the problem? I think like with texting, there's no context. Like you don't get no emotion out of texting and stuff, so you don't really know how a person's feeling. Rather than when like you're on the phone with them, like you can see like there's no tone.
Yeah,
that's what
there's
it is.
no tone.
You can't hear a tone in the text or whatever.
But like no, when I'm on the phone, you're not gonna be like GN, you know?
Right. But like let's say like we're on the phone and stuff. Like I could tell when you have an attitude. I can tell when you're in a good mood and stuff. So it's like. Even if you don't say certain things, like, okay, but, like, they're not mad at me because their tone is good. Like, you know?
I can see that. I just, GN, like...
Are you, like, a texter, like, in general? Like, do you like texting?
I'm not really big on texting.
Okay.
I am a FaceTime girly, like...
I think for me, it depends on, like, the person. Because there's some people that they're really good texters.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I could hold a conversation with you. Yeah. But then there's people that, like, they're not good at texting. So it's like, I feel like we have nothing to talk about. But, like, I had conversations with people where, like, I could lock in the conversation while we're texting. But I do rather, like, FaceTime.
Actually, if it is over text, I am a voice memo. Like, I'll send, like, a voice note or something, like, especially if I'm, like, on the go and I get a text. I'd rather just be like, oh, yeah, so such and such. Like, I'd rather do that than to send a message. But I'm also a FaceTime person because even within my friend group, like, we can be on FaceTime and sit on the phone. Yeah. And it's not, like, annoying to us. And I know that doesn't work for all friend groups or whatever the case may be. But just the idea of, like, oh, like, my friends are not annoyed by my presence. To where if I do call them and I'm just like, I'm washing dishes or like, you know, sometimes we talk or whatever, we have a conversation or whatever, but sometimes you just like want your friend's company just to like, you know, even like relationships. I know there's some people who like, this girl that I know, she said that she was like dating this guy and after a while he was like, we're getting too old to just be on FaceTime. Like just to like hang out on FaceTime. And I feel like, I was like, oh, okay. Like when she told me that, I was like, do I get it? No. Because it's like, what's wrong with that? Like, you were doing it before.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, like, now you can't do it now. But I was like, maybe I could see this side because, like, now maybe you have a job and, like, you know, things like that. But, like, if you guys can't see each other, that would be your only, like, conversation, like, way to talk to each other.
And I don't like being in a relationship and texting all the time.
Yeah, I need to, like, hear your voice. Like, we need to be on the phone, especially if I can't see you.
Yeah, like, well, we're going to have a texting relationship. Like,
am I going to text you 24/7?
Right.
Like, and
you know what I do hate, though? I hate when, like, let's say, like, you just started talking to somebody and they feel comfortable enough to, like, just FaceTime you out of the blue. Like, you don't know me like that. I'm sorry.
Not you coming in my life.
Like, you know, like, I'd rather get a text from a guy saying, like, oh, do you want to FaceTime?
Okay,
because it's like, we don't normally do that. So it's like, text me first. Don't call me out of the blue. Yeah. Like, I've had guys where, like, I give them my number and then they automatically, don't do that.
Yeah,
like, I'm
okay,
not picking up.
Look, that's not me. But, no, that I understand. Like, I don't mind asking, like, oh, can we get on the phone?
It's different if you're comfortable with the person. You're already, like, in that.
But you know what's crazy? I usually never have to ask, like, oh, can we FaceTime? Like, I don't know. Usually I get a phone call. Or, like, I get the text of, like, hey, like, is it okay if I call you? Or, like, so I remember somebody telling me, like, oh, like, I'm more of, like, an on-the-phone person, like, getting on the phone.
That's what I like. I be like this. I be kicking my feet. Walking around? Yes, walking around.
When he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, like, I don't know. I've never had somebody tell me,
so I'd
like,
rather say that. I'm a phone person.
A phone person. Okay, so it's phone, FaceTime, or text. I'm definitely more of a FaceTime. I feel like my order would be FaceTime, phone, and then text. I think, like, that would be my order for sure. You don't like FaceTime? I could just tell.
No, I like FaceTime. But I really like the phone. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because I really like being on the phone, like,
yeah.
la 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 la.
Like, you can still do stuff and, like, you know, and then they can't really see your expression, like, how you're feeling.
Yo, you know what, too? Like, I'm bad with facial expressions because I could look like I'm giving a dirty look, but it's not that, like, I'm giving attitude or anything like that. It's just that's my face. And then they'd be like, oh, but why are you making that face? And it's like, no, I'm not even thinking, but, like...
See, I like being on FaceTime because I feel like if I like you, I get really giddy. Like, I'm, like, really cheesy, really smiley, like, things like that. But then
you
it's
know
like...
what I hate? I hate when I'm on the phone, not FaceTime. I hate when I'm on the phone and, like, I'm talking with, like, expression. And they're like, oh, I can sense you're smiling on the phone right now. Like,
I'll be like, see? And it's gone. Like, it's gone. Now I'm not smiling. Right. Now the voice got deeper. Right. I'm like, what's up?
Right.
What you want to talk about?
Right. Now you're hype. Now you're hype that I'm smiling on the phone.
Like, don't do that.
Right.
Like, I give you a little push.
Right.
And you go OD talking about something. I know you over there cheesing. Well, now I'm not.
Right.
Now I'm straight
now
face.
You dragged it.
Like, come on now. But even that, I'm like, I don't know. I definitely, like, the phone is cool. I actually really haven't had, like, a phone conversation in a minute. I had one recently, and that it was more so just, like, hey, like, this is just not what I, like, would do, or, like, I don't want this or whatever. And it was just, like, I don't know. I think as I'm getting older, because I know what I want, I'm trying to, like, let people know, like, hey, I'm not looking for this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to date to marry, and that's what I'm looking for. I got to go outside to actually date, but one day I do, but it's just not as often because obviously, like, it's definitely a balance of trying to be like, oh, like, I want to be outside and I want to go obviously have fun, but I also have, like, money to make, a business to, you know, do, like, there's still other aspects, but I feel like once you find that right person, like, you'll know.
Yeah.
Tears.
But I feel like depending on where you go outside too, because I feel like you cannot find somebody in the club.
See, I don't think that's a place to meet your, like, person.
Everyone's there for one reason, to be outside.
Talking about something.
You know,
get it sexy.
Yeah, and then like another thing too, there's people that you meet when you're in the club, and that's their lifestyle. Like they party every weekend, so whenever they're not with you and they're in the club, just know they're having a time.
They having a time somewhere.
Yeah.
But speaking of, what would be your, like, places not to meet somebody? Obviously the club. Like where would you not want to meet somebody? I would say
a workplace.
Okay.
Yep. We're not having the work boyfriends.
Okay, period.
You know, and then like you got to go back to work and see.
And it kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know where I wouldn't. Definitely the club, work. On vacation. Just because, like, I feel like if I'm, like, on a cruise or, like, somewhere and I meet you then, like, I don't know if obviously you may not live in my state, like, and then we gotta try to figure that out. Where I wouldn't want to meet somebody. Yeah, those would be, or, like, a different country, like, something like that, like, but I feel like that's, like, on vacation.
Different
like,
country, they're gonna sweet
visa.
talk you to the end. Yes, visa. Yeah.
So, like, I would say vacation for sure. Vacation, like you said, club, work. I don't think where I would want to meet somebody. Church.
Yes. But wait. So.
Uh-oh.
I was just having a conversation about that, right? Like meeting people at church and like wanting a relationship and stuff. Sometimes we think that we're going to find a man at church. But let me tell you, the people that go to church, they're in church for a reason. Everyone's in church for a reason. They got demons. Okay?
That is very true.
So sometimes the people there, they're not really Christian. Well, let me not.
She was about to get into it.
Not like... They're not really Christian because I'm pretty sure they believe in God and stuff, but they're not living that holy life style. So it's like, oh, I want a man of God. But
I hear a lot.
You gotta have discernment. That's what it is. You gotta have discernment,
like that discipline that you're like, I don't know. I would definitely say church though. I would say honestly at a networking event.
Okay.
I would definitely do that.
What question? Would you want to date someone that's in the same field as you though?
I feel like we talked about that, like, sidebar, but...
Yeah.
I'm, like, 50-50 because I feel like, yes, because you understand my job and, like, my workspace and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I would say no because at least, like, our conversation would be interesting regardless.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's helpful to, like, decompress from my job because you're doing something different. So I would love to know, like, what you're doing.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, we kind of do the same thing or in the same field.
Yeah.
And it's like we're kind of talking about the same thing. Yeah. So, like, I'm really iffy because, like, yeah, you would understand.
Yeah.
But then I also, and not want you to understand, but, like, I want to talk about something else. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I hear from, like, a lot of people. Like, I was asking someone recently that worked with me, and I was like, oh, like, does your spouse, like, work in the same industry? And she was like, no, and that she loves that because, it's different.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? It depends. Well, because I work in the music industry, it would depend on what their title is. I wouldn't mind it, but it depends on what their title is.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I could never date a rapper.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, and I feel like I just can't do the whole twerking.
Yeah. The image of, like, that, the image of the artist or rapper.
I just can't do it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Having to see my man with different girls all the time.
Yeah, especially in videos. Yeah. That is a hard, and for the women that do that, oof.
Kudos.
God bless, man, because I don't think I have the mental capacity. Yeah. Like, I think I would struggle with that for sure.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, well, this is the lifestyle I chose to pick.
I think, too, like, even the fact that, like, I'm in marketing and stuff, like, I feel like I'll meet people and they're like, oh, I'm an artist. Like, can you, like, give me ideas on how to market myself and stuff? And, like, I would never want to work for myself. Yeah. Not that I wouldn't mind, but, like, you don't mix business with pleasure.
Yeah. And I think even, like, artists in general, like, the image that they have to upkeep as well. So, like, even to see, like, women being with artists and stuff like that, I know it's tough and stuff like that. Like, and just, like, realizing, like, this is just their, like, this is their job. Like, this is how they make money. Yeah. But then also, like, trying to not be in the media. Like, there's just so, I feel like dating an artist is definitely hard. Would you date anybody, like, in, like, a marketing chair? Like, somebody that does, like, the back end? Yeah. The back business? You would do it?
Yeah. Like, I think, depending on what they do, even if it's not marketing and stuff, I feel like we could work on projects together and stuff. Like, it would be cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
Because you would have, like, you could go and be like, oh, look what I don't know, it'd be fire.
Like, oh, can you help me with this? Like, because I would be like, I'm the marketing and you, whatever,
I could definitely see that for sure. Like, that would be so freaking cute. I see you dating somebody in the industry. Like,
you think so?
Not like an artist, but, like, I could definitely see you dating somebody, like, Don't do that. Don't do that. I definitely see that for sure. Like, definitely on the Christian side though.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, so we fire.
Now I can see you dating that type of artist.
A Christian artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can definitely see that.
Nice. Yeah, because no twerking. I don't got no girls twerking on my man.
Literally, I definitely could see that.
Okay.
Definitely somebody on like that side, that realm, but definitely somebody who's like more so behind the scenes, like you, that can like y'all can sit down and be like, oh, look what I found, and y'all can help each other. That would be fire.
Yeah.
Imagine like you're in marketing, he's in like branding, like something like that.
Yeah. Like anything. Like I think anything part of like the industry and stuff would be cool. Like
that'd be so fire. Like an A&R, bro. That'd be lit.
Yeah,
that'd be lit. Tight. I'm crying. No, but yeah, I just feel like to go back, obviously what we were first discussing, but I don't know, like just the thought of saying sorry. I just wish. I'm gonna work on it though. Like I'm gonna work on my good morning, my good night, cause like I'm not talking to anybody, but why did I? I'm not talking to anybody, but like I definitely want to work on. Single. Period.
I mean, if you wanna,
please don't, because I might like you one day and not like you the next. So please, just like
stop.
I'm just kidding. You know what's crazy is I'm really not tired of people saying like I'm intimidating, but like tired of people saying I'm intimidating, and that's why they don't like approach me, or like that's why like they might text me on Instagram and be like, I saw you, too. And I'm like, why didn't you say hi? Like I will smile. I think when like they see me talking to other people, or like somebody comes up to me and they like somebody's like, oh Mya, and I'm like, oh my like hey, and I'm like smiling, then they'll say something. It's like, oh, like she is cool. Yeah. But like, you know, you could say hi. Like I'm not an asshole.
I had like guys that liked me or whatever, and that like I thought was cute as well, be like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna talk to me. Yeah. It's like, why? Yeah. It's like, damn, like
I thought somebody got to shoot their shot.
Right, like,
and I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be me.
It's not gonna be me.
I want to start though. Like, I want to like, if I like you, like, I want to say something, but
can't relate.
She said absolutely not. No.
It's funny. A friend of ours was showing me that she does stuff like that. Yeah. And it'd be working. I was like, oh, but like, you got balls, bro, but like, good for you.
But like, look at her, bro. Like, I be telling her all the time, I'm like, like, I don't think he's gonna. Okay, all right, like, don't play with me. But even that, like, I might start like maybe dribbling. Okay, dribbling a little bit.
Not me.
So, would you rather like somebody come to you rather than you go to somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. Period.
Never. They will never get it from me.
You will never get it from Victoria.
Never.
So don't expect it.
Yeah, don't ever.
If you want to talk to her, you better come up to her, and that's on period.
Yeah.
But I
maybe
I'll
like a story or like a post, but like sometimes not
to
even
go
that.
to you. I'm not gonna. That is nerve wracking. Like to go up to somebody like I like you. Like I think you look really good. I don't know. I don't mind it. Like I'll be like, oh, you look good. Like that seems very weird and awkward, but like.
And boys do it all the time.
But they're also used to rejection if a girl says no. Like us, it's like I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't mind like if you're like, oh, like no, I'm good. I'd be like, oh, okay, like. She said,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I say that now, and then like, we'll probably never shoot my shot. So like, I would like to maybe try, but like,
good, you should.
Probably will never do that. And I feel like that's why I stick to people that I already know that like me. What we were talking about earlier. I think that's why I do that. Yeah. Besides like the whole, the other shenanigans. But I think that's why. I
think too, I have like a trouble like meeting like new people. Going back to like what we said, like where could you meet the next person?
Just like going. Also, we don't really go nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
We go to work, we record, and we go home.
That's my problem. Yeah, that's my problem. I think too, I'd be too busy, like caught up with work. I think.
Because it's like you want to get somewhere, like, you know.
Right.
You have to drive.
Just don't be there. Like, boys.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, I just need to be working and like get into where I want to be.
Yeah.
And then I hope someone comes along, you know, like.
And usually like that's kind of how it happens when you're like not expecting it and you're working and somebody kind of just like stops you in your track. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay.
I mean, I had like people like do that or whatever, but I didn't have the attention span for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, wasn't it? I mean, like I said,
it
that's
wasn't even like
honest.
nothing wrong with them. It's just like they didn't have my attention. Not that they didn't have my attention, but like I didn't have the attention span for it. Like to keep like on, like keep up with them, you know?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Like not chasing, but like I would call it like I'm not about to like not chase you, but kind of like you said, keep up.
Yeah,
like,
I just can't like
keep up.
There's gonna be times where I'm working and I respond like hours later, like,
and people have to be able to understand that.
Yeah,
especially with the jobs that you have, because like I said, I'll call her and she don't answer. I'm like, okay, you might be busy. So like even things of that nature, like, and there are some people who can't do that. They need your full attention. It's like listen, I don't have it.
Yeah, and then it's like I'll be busy, and then the days that I'm not working, like those are my days. I'm gonna be home sleeping.
Yeah, literally
like, getting my rest, unless I gotta be outside somewhere, like, you know, for work.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. That's interesting to hear though. Like, I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, like
just like, I don't know, being able to like approach people, but also just like learning. But also, like I said in the Bible, it's like a man's supposed to kind of, you know, find a wife, or a woman finds a wife. I think that's it. Don't quote me, but something like that.
Damn, we gotta read more.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I know it's something like a man who finds a woman finds a wife. So it's like, it don't say a woman who finds, you know, but I definitely think that at the end of the day, do what's best for you. But honestly, that topic went freaking crazy just now. But I'm really interested to just like, I don't know, that was definitely like a therapy session for me, I'm not gonna lie, because of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But
wait, what part?
Everything, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
I was gonna be specific, but I was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to Dorm 101 podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. I am your girl, Mya G, and of course, I am here with Victoria, period, as always and forever. Thank you. Mean it. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully we will see you guys in our next video, and you have a great rest of your day or night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.